position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Baylor Bears, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Baylor's offense takes the field for the first time today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. And the Bears want to move quickly.
And this is good news for the offense here because they've got their Heisman-caliber receiver in a bit of a group. Back-to-back catches. The defense has no answer for him. I will keep force-feeding him the football because he's catching fire right now.
The inside handoff. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. It is deafening in here. Soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on 4. They'll play it safe and try for 3. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. And it's right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Cougars offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make it? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops, hoping for a chance today.
And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
And that is the way you set the tone. Man, early and often. Here in the first quarter, getting your first sack. Nice job by this defense. They had 4 last week, and it's looking like today it's going to be more of the same.
The Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Still running at the 40. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Might as well give it to him again. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Now the play fake. Fires complete on the crosser. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. They'll go with a direct snap. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. It's a draw. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. And the Cougars have taken it inside the 20. Looking to throw on third. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, BYU!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They're setting up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting this season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. On the move at the 30. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. The Bears headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Touchdown, Baylor! They get end zone to pay off that opportunity. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. To the air on first down. Finds a spot in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. From the gun, running back on the move. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Just going to keep it after the snap.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield. It's Johnson. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They'll run the sneak for it. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch on the left. Running free. Tag. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bears!
I like it. You're backed up towards the end zone, and you go aggressive and spin the football, try to make the big play, and do they ever. 90-plus yards to the house. Who needs space? I'll take 6.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. TCU is ahead right now, but it's not like they have LaDainian Tomlinson out there. This group needs to keep building on this lead. They're up by a field goal over Kansas State.
Fires to the tight end.
We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Gets rid of it. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Wants to go up top on first down. Bringing the heat. Pucks it out of the air. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
This BYU offense set up with another first down. Just keep slinging it. Quick strike complete. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. Off the play fake. Lets it fly on the move. Got it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Looking for the goal line. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. Third and goal from the 2. Slams it ahead. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Right down the boulevard. It's good. They're back to within a touchdown. 17-10 is the score. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. From the gun, running back gets the give. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Gets open down the middle. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. From the gun, the ground game. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. It is deafening in here. Soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. It's complete to the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're going back to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
You want to know why this offense runs the football a lot? Because you got a guy that's top 5 in college football in rushing. You give him the football, and he'll continue to make plays. I imagine they're going to keep feeding him because he keeps putting up productive numbers.
The Bears trying to cash it in on first and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds just short of the goal line, but man, are they in business now. A very productive play on first down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. Power ahead. And this one will be stopped for no gain. 3rd and goal where you separate the wheat from the chaff. They'll try to run it in. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They'll send out the kicker here. A short kick, but that angle from the right can be a little tricky. That is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Hauls it in. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Throwing right. He makes the catch. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. BYU right back to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Going for the big play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They booted away on 4th down. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. They want to throw it. Dangerous screen into traffic. He works his way to the 21-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. And the Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. They'll give it to Johnson. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. It's complete. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. It's complete on the right side. He'll be stopped at the 44, knocked out of bounds there. The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Throws to the tight end. And the missed connection on 3rd down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. To the air on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Finds his man down the middle. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on same page here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Bears will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The handoff to Johnson. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
And the Bears will kick it off to start the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Gets it out fast. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. He'll do it himself. Jukes his way for more. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Motion from the wideout. Trying play action. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up, they'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. He'll try to really get into this one. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they
going for it all. And they won't make the connection, going for the big play. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Finds a little space. Keeps it and gets past the chains. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st down just outside the red zone. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got his man, makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. The Bears have pushed it inside the 20. Handoff from the gun. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. The option look. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Moving out of the pocket. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Baylor!
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Georgia looked less like a pack of dogs and more like a group of road warriors in a solid victory. This team almost always plays tough between the hedges, and today they found a way outside of Sanford Stadium. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He's got it down the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. BYU with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that's the 4th sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again, this offensive line has to step up.
And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll run play action. That's caught. It's Johnson. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. The screen, and watch out! He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He's got it. Spinderella. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. From the gun. Give on the inside. Ripping through the defense. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. 3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. Setting up the screen. They bring him down at the 45-yard line. And this defense rises up on third down. And the Bears send out the punt unit. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Behind the chains now on second and long. Wants to go up top.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. He'll keep it on the sneak. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick completion to the right. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. He's got him. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection. The Bears will call on their punt team. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Complete downfield. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Now facing a third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
BYU has this offense clicking. Running back searching for a hole. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that wide receiver screen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Cougars really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Finds his big tight end. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run it on first and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. If they can pay off this third and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. He'll keep it himself. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Give to the running back. Buys just enough space to create some breathing room. He's got it up to the 12. It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. Past the first down marker and still running. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23. And the Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Finding open areas. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. The play action fake. They're working that left side. At the 45 on his way. Speeding down the left side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bears! With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
31, BYU 10.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Weeks like this, Hart reels it in down the left side. Off to the races. Past the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, BYU!
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver, good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they're now down 31-17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. San Diego State is putting on an offensive clinic. They've built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up by 21 over Central Michigan. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They want that clock to run. Just keeps picking up the tough yards and gets it down to the 26. The defense uses a timeout. They want to make sure they have the right call here. Snap it to the back. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. He'll keep it on the sneak. He gets enough for the first down. Crowd is silent. Chains are moving. Clock still going. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And this field goal attempt might just seal the deal by making it a 3-score game late. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
BYU 17.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he takes this from inside the 5. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
Thanks so much